you have to worry about. The big button A, think of as like the enable button. The thing's not going to do anything unless you're holding that down, okay? But it doesn't do anything when you press it, but you have to hold it down for you to be able to do anything further with it. The other is the trigger button here. So in the very first section where we're doing the hits, you're gonna just hold the thing, keep your thumb pressing that button and holding it, and then when you do, mimic hitting somebody with the thing, you're going to use the trigger to actually make the sound. Like, and they're self-timed, they'll run until they stop. The same applies to the other kinds of sounds that it makes. So there'll be times where we've got like these director sections that are in the Lorenz sections, right, where you're kind of steering a person around with it. So you still have to hold, in that case you have to hold the button, and then the trigger button will enable and disable that sound. Let me...
Now.
When you're doing the wacky walker portion with the Wiimote in your sock, you want it pointing up, which is to say the little black end that has the little shiny black part on it is up, not pointing down. And it's pretty responsive to angle and everything, so you can swing your leg back, forward, out to the side, and it'll change the response to it. Okay? The blue light must be on your Wiimote. It indicates which number Wiimote you've got, so it doesn't matter which one is on, but if you don't have a blue light, it will not work. If your Wiimote blue light is not on, bring your Wiimote to me, and I will make your blue light come back on. All right, so these things are intended to, so, the twirly tube thing that we're doing, right? And it sort of does really work that way. So again, you have to hold both the enable button and the trigger, and then, it'll sort of I tried to get it to kind of actually follow what you're doing with it. So if you speed up, it'll speed up too. And if you get tired, if you let go of your buttons, it'll keep going. Okay, so you don't have to be like totally,
Well, and it's also kind of interesting to periodically have one person kind of let the tone stay there while the other person is playing with the tone. So you can just kind of listen for interesting overlapping.
And they do operate in different ranges. So go ahead and do yours for a little bit there. Go a little faster. See, now that's just yours now. If I let go of, that's just yours now. Right. Well, I had it enabled and I just triggered it, and that kept it from sustaining. Yeah. So see, that's how you killed yours just then. You don't have to worry about that at the end because I can fade them out over here and take care of that. But just if you're playing with it, and like I said, if you get it to a point where it's like, oh, okay, I'm kind of getting tired of doing this, you can kind of let it go, and I don't know what behavior you would want them to have, but they don't have to keep doing that.
Right.
But if you trigger it, it winds down. It'll go down and then stop. So